live. Hi everybody,
Hello.
we're live. Good evening. It's a late Genshin stream. But, well, it's a late stream because tomorrow we'll be streaming Pokemon. So I won't be able to stream Genshin at 2 if I'm streaming Pokemon at 2. And so I decided to have it happen tonight since we also didn't stream Genshin last week because we were on vacation. So what happened was I accidentally started this story quest.
Oh.
And we went to the dream meetup where we talked about our dreams because everyone was confused because they've never had dreams before in Sumeru. And then Nahida showed up because she wanted to help. And everyone was super awkward when God showed up at their dream sharing circle. But she just wanted to help, man. Anyway, there's some guy named Ilum, and he was depressed. I don't remember which one he was, but
it's probably the man sitting in the corner
with the label Ilum. Yeah. Anyway, Nahida and us are supposed to talk to him, to check on him, to make sure he's okay. Everyone else has shared their weird dreams. I don't remember all of them. I just remember one guy.
Why is that woman, Debbie? Why is she just... Oh, okay, she is moving. For a second, I thought she was just like, Jesus hands.
No, she's talking to Nahida, supposedly.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, one of these three guys wanted to be a fish, and then decided he wanted to be a bird because birds could fly away. Or a fish could swim away and go on an adventure. And he's basically just bored in his job.
Well, okay then.
But anyway, I'm pretty sure this guy's the guy who's having dreams about his dead wife. And we need to talk to him about that.
Are you feeling any better now?
The answer is probably.
Yes. I think the Dendro Archon made a really good point. I need to stop dwelling on my wife like this.
Yeah, so does the
and
guy.
move on with my life. Now that I think about it, my wife and I always meet at a familiar place in my dreams. I know where that place exists in reality, but it's a bit far and dangerous. I don't dare to go there on my own. But at the same time, I feel as if I should go and have a look anyway. Perhaps I'll be able to move on once I see that there's nothing there.
The whole, thinking thing with his hand underneath his other hand. Paimon immediately copies him.
Well, Paimon's just crossing her arms as part of the conversation thing.
Yeah.
But basically, he's like, we had this picnic spot, and in the dream, we always are having a picnic at this spot.
So I need to have a picnic at this spot.
So I need to go there to process the fact that she's not there.
That's very depressing.
But that is how that works.
Otherwise, I'll keep on feeling like everything is covered in a haze. Like I'm only half awake. Once I can stop dreaming about that place, I'll probably be able to get my life back together.
I think you need to work.
Actually,
you need to
you
do
two
more
are
than that, my
adventurers,
guy.
right? If it's okay with you,
Yeah,
could you escort me to that place?
Let's go get a breath of fresh air, buddy.
Good plan. Let's go do this.
Let's go. Yeah. You deserve
a break.
A break.
And it is better to go with us when you're depressed and going out into dangerous places than going alone.
That is the one thing all healthcare medical professionals suggest you not do is go by yourself.
To a place that may cause a triggering reaction. To trauma.
I love the taste of trauma in the evening.
The trauma.
Yeah,
so let's go have a look.
It might also be a good chance for us to unwind. Even if you can't see your wife there, taking in some nice scenery will definitely help cheer you up.
It'll be daytime by the time we get there.
Alright, go ahead and get yourself ready then.
We're gonna go now.
Longing for the deceased. I should.
What?
Greater Lord Rukkhadevaka.
Rukkhadevaka?
Rukkhadevaka.
Rukkhadevaka.
Yes. Greater Lord Rukkhadevaka.
What the fuck?
And Lesser Lord Kusanali. Anyway, Greater Lord Rukkhadevaka died and gave all of her essence into the magical tree at Irminsul. And then she cast a spell to where everyone forgot she ever existed. So that everyone thinks Kusanali has always been the Dendro Archon. Even though Kusanali's memories only go back like 300 years.
Who's Kusanali?
Nahida.
Oh. Oh, okay.
So Nahida.
Wait, so how does Traveler know about? Oh, wait,
because
he
we're
was
from.
asleep.
Well, it's because we're from not this world, and so the spell didn't work on us.
Oh,
So we didn't
thinking,
forget
like,
while everyone else forgot. And he feels like he should probably tell her that her mom died to save her and everything.
Oh my god.
Because that's basically who Rukkhadevaka is.
Rukkhadevaka?
Yeah, Rukkhadevaka.
Rukkhadevaka. That is...
A name?
Sure is.
And so that's what he's debating, is if we should tell.
I would.
But the whole point of the spell was that everyone would forget, so that no one would... Because that was the whole problem, was 300 years in, and they were still worshipping Rukkhadevaka, and we're worshipping Kusanali, and we're like, she's such a weak Archon. We need a stronger Archon. And that's why they made Scaramucci into a god. It's like, okay, maybe...
Fucking trash goblin boy.
Yeah. We gave him...
They made him a god?
They gave him way too much power.
Why?
And it's like, maybe we should...
Why? For his war criminal. He's a war criminal. No.
Well, he was before, but...
Before being a god, he was a war criminal.
But to make everyone not be mean to their Archon, Rukkhadevaka is like the last of her memory essence. Basically was like, don't worry, everyone will forget me, and only you will exist as Archon. Fixed it. Ta-da!
That's...
But again,
very depressing.
So everyone thinks that Nahida's been around the whole time, and no one remembers that someone else has it. And the other gods that were close to Rukkhadevaka, which would have been King Deseret and the Flower Goddess, are dead. Have been for a few centuries at this point. So there's no one to be like, we don't remember you 300 years ago, other than like Zhongli and Venti. So that's
like,
also Traveler's concern of walking up to Zhongli and Zhongli being like, oh yes, I remember Kusanali. It's like, no you don't.
You don't remember her.
This child. And he's like, huh, maybe I'm getting old.
Right.
Maybe that erosion is getting worse than I thought.
No wonder I gave up all my fucking powers. Ha ha ha.
I'm forgetting things.
I'm becoming mortal. This is what I wanted.
To forget things sometimes. Specifically, the trauma.
Trauma.
Are you headed off to some interesting place without telling me again? Huh? Wait, aren't you supposed to be answering questions? I just finished, and they really got a lot out of it. So many interesting and novel thoughts.
Everyone has so many interesting ideas about how dreams work. None of them are right, but it's interesting nonetheless.
Anyway, it looks like you're going somewhere. Why don't you take me with you?
Calling us we suck.
No, she was basically saying that the other people that was telling her about their dreams. She's like, such interesting and novel thoughts.
And she's like, that's not how this goes.
This isn't how dreams work, but
Sure.
it's an interesting idea of how a dream would work. Never heard that one before.
Oh, there's no need to trouble you, great Dendro Archon. I imagine you must have many other important things to deal with.
She doesn't, and that's the problem.
No need to stand on ceremony. Besides, I wouldn't have asked to come along if I didn't have a good reason.
What is your
I
good
wanted
reason?
to use this opportunity to discuss with you some things that are puzzling me right now.
Oh no, she also has realized that she doesn't remember her mother.
Huh. I didn't know the great Dendro Archon could become puzzled too.
This ain't good.
She's like, hey, I want to go on this adventure to ask you a few questions.
I'm not all that different from you, you know.
She's on to us.
Let's go. We
She
can talk
knows
on the way.
something's not right. Don't lie to the child. Don't lie to the child. Don't lie to the child.
I better go. The whole reason she's going is because she gotta ask us the questions, traveler. Come on, keep up.
Keep up, my dude.
It's like, I guess I better go. It's like, the only reason she's coming is because you are going. Like, come on.
Keep up.
There was no option where you were not going on this quest. But I can just teleport to the village. Save me some time.
Excuse me. Sorry. Also, even if there was anything in the bowl, they can't open it.
Well, no, but they smell around it. Oh no, we gotta go save someone? Is that part of this quest? Okay, it is.
Is it part of this quest? Maybe?
Oh wait, no it wasn't.
It's always
whoops.
nice to go for a
Whoops.
leisurely
Because
stroll.
Paimon's like, look at a nice leisurely stroll. While the subtitles before was like, oh no, someone's getting attacked. Should we help them? Well, not now. They're gonna despawn by the time this cutscene is done.
Huh. Do adventurers often go to places like this?
Go to more dangerous places.
I guess so.
So, this is where you always meet your wife in your dreams?
Yes, for the most part. Our place is on the summit, just up ahead. When I saw her in my dreams, we didn't do anything but talk about ordinary, mundane topics. I'd tell her about our daughter, Haidar, and she always listened intently. She would also reminisce about the past with me, telling me interesting stories and cracking jokes. It feels like no matter how long we may chat, it's never enough.
Sometimes, it's the little things in life that matter the most. This is the part I'm a little puzzled about. I am very familiar with dreams, and normally, they lack logic and continuity. But you said she could remember what you had told her before, right?
That's right. She always listened to me carefully in real life, and now, she's doing the same in my dreams.
See, that is concerning. Because that isn't how dreams work. Usually. You don't get to go from one dream and then come back to the dream later.
Are you sure that's how mine work?
Well, and the other person in the dream doesn't remember stuff from the first dream. Usually.
Yeah, usually that's how it works.
It's not one continuous conversation through multiple dreams. Which,
Yeah, is he saying he's dreaming and he's just hallucinating?
I don't think he's hallucinating because he can't get all the way up this hill by himself. No, I think he's dreaming. It's just we're all slightly concerned about this dream.
She always surprises me with some details from our lives in the real world. The fact that she can remember such things makes me feel like she's alive.
Oh, buddy.
Huh. That's pretty weird. Well, dreams are kind of weird to begin with. However, the problem is that his dreams have too much structure and continuity. Most dreams are far more fragile than you can imagine. For example, a loud noise outside your window in the real world could cause your dream self to get loaded into and fired out of a big cannon. Another example. If you're thirsty in the real world, then you might find yourself trudging through a desert in your dream. But the appearance of your wife seems unusually stable and unaffected by any outside interference. Statistically, this should be extremely rare.
I don't understand it either. But I have no reason to suspect or reject these dreams. They're too beautiful.
No, I'm concerned. Why are my two options that I'm not concerned? That should not be the only two options I have. Because I am concerned with this.
But I still want to figure out the how and the why. These kind of dreams are novel to me as well. That's why I want to have a look at the scene your dreams have been taking place at. Let's go. Just think of it as a nice little hike to the top of the mountain.
Okay, so there's someone getting attacked nearby. And yeah, I think they despawned.
Oops. Because they died.
Well, I mean, the things time out eventually.
Oh.
I need to unequip the camera. I keep accidentally taking random screenshots. Okay, where's the... Is that the treasure compass? The answer is yes. Oh. And up. There's some sort of dendro puzzle right here. Okay, am I perfectly centered? No? Y'all off? Okay. Do not move from this spot. Got it. Heck yeah.
Good job, Technari.
Okay, we reached the top of the mountain.
Well, he really wasn't kidding. This place definitely isn't safe.
Ooh, there's a
No
lot of
matter.
monsters.
We'll just finish them quickly. Huh? Are you going to fight too, Nahida? Of course. This is all part of our little trip.
It's all part of the adventure. Yay, I get to fight as Nahida for 2 seconds. Isn't that fun?
What a nuisance. Allow me.
Boom, I killed them all so quickly.
The scenery here is amazing. It also seems like a great spot for eating snacks and taking a nap. Paimon wouldn't mind spending some time here every day either. I've yet to see anything strange about this place. I do not plan to deny the power of longing. Such an intense but unquantifiable emotion could indeed have the power to organize dreams. His wife must be a really amazing person. Huh? Wait, where'd he go?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
We lost the guy.
so you were waiting for me here? Well, guess what? I've brought someone amazing with me today.
Oh, no, story quest-wise.
Oh.
And he didn't. He just moved to the other side of the tent.
When the Dendro Archon said she wanted to come with me, I could hardly believe it. I'll bring Haidar once I'm more familiar with the way here. She's been telling me that she really misses you.
Huh? What's wrong with him? There's nobody there.
Wait, Minar. Don't go that way. It's dangerous.
Uh-oh, he's gonna fall. Catch him!
Uh-oh.
Luckily he didn't fall. But What was all that rambling about?
He was like sleep hallucinating
Passed out.
Oh.
and sleepwalking.
He's in the dream now. What he said just now matches almost perfectly with the dreams he's described to us earlier. Oh, so he fell asleep and started to have the same dream?
But how did he fall asleep so quickly? We were just fighting monsters.
I find it a little strange as well, but we mustn't awaken someone while they're sleepwalking. All we can do is sit here and wait.
That's how.
Minar.
Mama.
Where's Minar?
Oh, good! You're finally awake!
What happened?
You were sleepwalking.
Sleepwalking? Oh, right. It was all just a dream. The moment I reached the summit, I saw my wife, Minar, sitting there, and walked over to her.
Yeah, okay, that's not a dream. That's a hallucination, my guy.
After I introduced her to you, she seemed a little flustered and started walking away. I told her to stop because of the cliff, and then she seemed to suddenly disappear. A strong wind started to blow around me and the sky grew dark. When I realized something wasn't right, I woke up.
That sounds pretty wild. Maybe you were just too tired.
I don't think so. I slept a lot yesterday, and I don't feel very sleepy now.
Maybe we've affected the way his subconscious constructs dreams by following him here. Anyway, all that matters is that you woke up safe and sound.
I think I know what happened now. I'm sorry. If it weren't for you, I would have fallen.
Let's head back now. Don't come back to this place again for the time being.
Oh, okay.
Nahida, what's on your mind? Paimon's a little worried now. We still don't have enough evidence to work off of, so it's hard to draw any reliable conclusions yet. But I'm concerned that Ilmon's case may not be unique to him. Oh, right! Come to think of it, there were lots of people from the event who had vivid memories of their dreams.
Maybe some phenomenon is spreading.
Right.
Uh-oh.
And not only at a moment of dreams, there may be people like this all across, so we need to understand what's happening and the rate of its development as soon as possible. Then there's no time to lose. Let's head back. Stop standing there, Ilmon. Let's go.
Gotta go, we gotta go. So yeah, cause no one dreamed for like decades to centuries. Now that they can finally start dreaming, dreams are going into overdrive, question mark? And they're being a little too vivid and realistic? I think is question mark? And it's apparently not just this guy, it's happening to other people and we should be concerned. Well, that's not a question mark. We should definitely be concerned. That just means the bird guy is weirder than we thought.
We have an emergency on our hands. Please notify everyone here that while they can continue to discuss their dreams, they mustn't try to visit or recreate the locations and scenes that they have been experiencing in them.
What? All right. If that's the wish of the great Dendro Archon.
That's just gonna make them curious.
Could you at least tell me what happened? You all look so serious. I see. I never knew even a dream could be so dangerous. Don't worry. I'll be sure to notify all the event participants and inform the other staff members about what has happened. Using the event registration list, I should be able to contact more people that were interested in dreams and warn them about the situation.
Thank you. That would be very helpful.
Let me confirm if all of today's participants are still here. Atta has already left. It seemed that he was on his way to make a hammer, so that shouldn't be a problem. Oh, wait a second. Where's Katya? Has anyone seen Katya? Has she already left?
Oh, I think she already left. She said there was somewhere she wanted to go.
Oh no.
Oh no. Did she want to
One
look
of
for the place
the
where her
dream
dreams
conversation group people has already left, even though we were coming to give the PSA of don't go to the places you're seeing in your dreams, Because if you go there, you might fall asleep and start sleepwalking.
Oh no.
As like a trigger response of going to the place that you were in a dream previously.
Uh-oh.
And she left to go somewhere. We can only assume that somewhere is wherever she was in the dream.
Can you tell us where she went?
Yes, she did briefly mention it. Somewhere near Chatrakam Cave.
Alright, thank you. We'll go look for her. Please help us tell the others not to do anything reckless.
Sure thing. Who would have known things would have turned out like this?
And so she wandered off towards a cave, which is definitely a dangerous place to be if you fall asleep. But I don't remember what her dream was about. I don't know if she was actually at one of the conversations.
She's sitting over there! And surrounded by monsters! Come on, let's rescue her!
Oh
And
no!
she's asleep. She has sleepy bitch syndrome.
Oh no! She fell asleep!
Let's wait
Whatever,
for her.
what'll we do?
Hold the line!
Maybe wake her up with defeating monsters.
With loud noises?
I feel like not supposed to spook a sleep monster.
Yeah, no, Nahida just said that last time we couldn't wake up the guy because he was walking, so we just had to sit there and wait for him to wake up on his own. Which he did quickly because he realized, because his dream walking was
She
interrupted.
seems to be in the same
Yeah.
condition as
But-
Ilman earlier. Yes, but luckily she hasn't been injured or jolted awake yet. Let's carefully move her somewhere safer.
See you tomorrow, Professor Aisha. Huh? Why am I back here again?
You were dreaming.
Dreaming? But what about Professor Aisha? Oh, I see. It was all just a dream. Well, that makes sense. After all, it hasn't changed a single bit.
Huh? What's it?
Nearly 20 years, and it still hasn't bloomed.
Does it
The
have
plant?
something to do with your dream? Please, tell us what you mean.
The plant.
Sorry, I'm still feeling a little groggy. Please give me a moment here. Alright, where to start? Right, this plant. So, Professor Aisha gave me this plant just before she left.
She left
She
20
was a
years
good
ago?
friend of my parents, and my first real tutor. She was also an outstanding Amorta researcher. In addition to her extraordinary academic talents, she was also skilled in combat, and would accept lots of work from the Adventurers Guild.
Oh, so you mean she's
Went
left on an adventure?
Sure,
and
no.
never came
Yeah, she left 20.
back. She
When I
died.
was about 10 years old,
When she 10 years
she
old.
told me that she must go look for the secrets of the
Oh
abyss,
no.
and that she would be gone for a long
I
time.
don't know if that's like.
Learning the secrets of the abyss, you're just gonna die.
Well, did she say the secrets of the abyss and it was like a depression thing? or
No,
like-
no, the abyss is a place.
I know.
But it's just that people who are not child, when they go to the abyss, die. Child is an outlier,
Dracula.
should not have been counted. He is the one outlier. Everybody else just dies.
I grabbed hold of her and wouldn't let go. I didn't know what the abyss was. I just knew that she was like family to me. She hugged me, and we cried for some time until I fell asleep. When I woke up, I was already back home.
Ah, so it's a childhood trauma thing.
She still decided to leave. but had left behind a letter for me saying that I was the person she cared for most in this world. She claimed that investigating the Abyss could help more ordinary people protect the people and things they care about. She had obtained some important evidence during her past adventures. If she didn't set off right away, she might miss the perfect opportunity.
But if that opportunity came 20 years ago, and then she never came back...
Guess Ad Astra Abyssosque isn't just a slogan.
Nope, it is not. It's... just go to the Abyss.
She
go
left
for
a
it.
seed in the letter, telling me that if it sprouted and bloomed, then she'd come back no matter what sort of risky situation she was in.
And the thing never bloomed. Goody.
She said she looked forward to seeing me all grown up. But strangely, I've tried watering it, feeding it, everything I could think of. But I've never been able to get it to bloom.
What if it's a type of plant that doesn't bloom? And she was being mean and just giving you a plant that would never bloom because she knew she was never coming back.
I even went to ask the Immorta researchers, and they couldn't explain it either.
Okay, so the plant people have confirmed that this is a plant that is supposed to bloom. That's good enough for me because it looks like a fern.
May I have a look at the plant?
Of course. I was hoping the great Dendro Archon could help me solve this problem.
Let me see.
It is just a plant.
Huh? We've never seen that look on Nahida's face before.
Is there a magic curse on this plant? Can you not get it to grow? Is she asking us for help like we can make it grow? Nahida, you are the goddess of plants. You are the Dendro. Dendro is plants. If you can't make it grow, no one can.
She looks a little unwell. Hold on. We'll be right back.
Something's weird with the plant.
What's wrong, Nahida? You can't tell what's wrong with the plant either? No, I immediately understood what's happening with that plant. I'm just not sure if I should say it. This plant is not known to the academic world. It's a new species that our teacher managed to cultivate by some special means.
Okay, please tell me that means that this new special plant does not actually bloom.
Judging by its features, I can tell from the moment
It'll never be able to bloom! It is not a plant that has blooms! It is a fern! I was right!
You were right.
It's like, I hate to tell you, hon, it's never gonna bloom because it's fully grown and this is just how it's supposed to be.
It can't be.
So the teacher just gave you a plant that would never bloom because she knew she was never coming back.
It means that this Professor Aisha she keeps mentioning might have foreseen the danger and was prepared to never return. From my experience observing people, she would undoubtedly regard this as a brutal revelation.
See, but you also can't lie and say the Dendro Archon can't make the plant grow. Because you can. Just no matter how much it grows, it's never gonna bloom.
When forced to confront such brutal truths, people may break down into tears, talk nonsense, or lose their tempers. I know she has to face the truth, but at the same time, I don't want to hurt her. Tell me, what should I do?
Why are we the people person? We're not a people person.
That's a tricky one. Seems like you've already got a good idea of the feelings she might experience.
Oh goody, we're gonna tell her for her. No, Nahida should do it. Nahida should learn how to tell people bad news. It should be a learning experience.
What if she just gets angry at you instead?
Well, I mean, I'm stronger than her, so if she gets angry, it means nothing.
It's alright. There are all kinds of people, and the examples you observed are just the most extreme cases.
There's always a way to work through it.
Okay. Thank you.
And she can't start working through it until she knows the truth.
Let's go back and tell her.
Huh? It'll never bloom? But how is that possible? If a plant is unable to bloom, doesn't that mean it can't reproduce either? All that's left for it to do is slowly wither away.
Okay, but again, ferns don't bloom and they still reproduce. That's probably what your teacher intended.
Are you saying she never intended to return? Seriously? So everything she said was a lie?
No. It was just she was prepared for the likelihood she was gonna die.
She meant well. Since the separation was inevitable, she hoped that you would be able to come to grips with such a cruel parting a little later in life. Yeah, her love, care, and attention to you, all those warm moments were real. I guess she had hoped that you could understand and respect her choice after learning the truth.
And maybe we should tell Nahida the truth so that she can learn to understand and respect the truth about her own mother figure.
I see. Sorry, I don't want to sound ungrateful, but it's just so much to take in. The dreams are so beautiful. Yet reality is heartlessly cold. I really thought she had come back. I had so much to tell her.
These dreams may not be as pure and beautiful as they seem. Some kind of power may be exploiting your feelings.
Oh no, we have a dream eater. Oh no.
Yes, so with that in mind, until our investigation is completed, please return to the event and ignore any further temptations from your dreams.
I see. Thank you for rescuing me, and sorry for the trouble. Luckily the plant didn't get hurt either. Otherwise, I wouldn't have anything left to remember her by.
Hey, at least she
Thanks,
gave you a
Traveler
plant
Paimon.
that lasts 20
She
years.
seems to have finally accepted the truth, but I think she'll still need a long time to come to terms with her feelings. I saw her waver the moment you mentioned love. It was almost like a gentle ring, arriving just in time to put out a fire that was about to spread. It's because people have something called empathy. Empathy? I see. This is valuable knowledge indeed.
No, Nahida, it's not a knowledge, it's a feeling. It's emotional connections with other people.
By the way, you said there may be something that's trying to exploit their feelings. Any idea what that might be? Yes. What's common between Ilmon and Katya's cases is that they've both lost someone dear to them. And now, they get to meet the people they cherish in their dreams again. And the people feel more real than anything a regular dream could hope to create. Instead of interpreting it as a result of their longing, I have to consider a more antagonistic explanation. Someone is taking advantage of their longing.
Yeah, what's the motive and how are they doing it?
Yeah, they're just causing these people to dream. What are they after? This is exactly what we need to investigate. Anyway, let's pay another visit to a moment of dreams.
Oh no.
I have a bad feeling about all this.
Got a bad feeling about
I
this.
hope things haven't gotten any worse.
Got a bad feeling about this. Alright, let's go to AAA. But it's actually Dream Anonymous. Instead of Alcoholics Anonymous.
We're back. How's everything here?
Well, someone's asleep, so...
I am so sorry, Great Dendro Archon. We're still trying to figure out how to explain the whole thing to everyone. Because of your warning, we've brought dreamers here even if they were completely unaware of the danger. But some of them have already fallen asleep, and they haven't woken up for a long time. I fear there's nothing we can do about it. A moment of dreams is just a small interest group. We don't have enough staff members to handle this.
Just as I expected. It seems my guess was correct.
It's the Dendroculus. She's back.
What happened? Why have we been gathered here?
Many of you here have been experiencing some beautiful dreams. But I'm sorry to tell you that based on our investigation, there's some kind of conspiracy behind them. Before we learn the truth, please don't try to recreate the scenes in your dreams. Whatever you see, don't be tempted by them.
Huh? But...
I don't think it's a big deal. Aren't we just dreaming? It's not like dreams will have an effect on others.
We've already met 2 people who ran off to the countryside alone and got caught in dangerous situations by falling to the temptations in their dreams.
That's right! These aren't just dreams! It's serious!
Alright, I get it.
So does that mean once we have some conclusive results from the investigation, we can continue to enjoy these dreams?
Yeah, I still want to visit my sister in my dreams.
It depends on the results of our investigation.
I'm sorry if what I'm about to say sounds a little offensive, Great Dendroculus, but we had a discussion with the folks who just arrived here. In all of our dreams, we were able to reunite with people who were very close to us. They all seemed as if they were alive again, which makes us reluctant to wake up.
Yes, that's also what we've observed in our investigation.
So if the results of this investigation would mean an end to those dreams, that'd be quite cruel to us.
Yeah,
All of
but
us understand the danger,
like
but
there's also a danger in you guys
can't quite
staying
understand just
asleep.
how much those people mean to us. I don't think everyone will be on board with the plan to abandon these dreams for good. Before the conclusion of the investigation, they'll at least want to meet the people in their dreams one last time and say goodbye.
We've never had such a difficult situation before. It appears that not many people are willing to cooperate.
So they still want to return to their dreams despite knowing the danger?
It's hard to say
That's
who's
right.
right and who's wrong.
Compared with these sweet and beautiful dreams, our warnings of danger are dull and emotionless. It looks like the situation will inevitably spiral out of control. The more time we waste, the more people will ignore our warnings and return to their alluring dreams.
So, what should we do?
Seems we have to go into a dream and find out the truth for ourselves.
Oh, what a surprise!
Hedges,
We're entering the dream.
Is there anyone here who's experiencing a marvelous dream right now?
Let me think. Yes!
Good. Please take us there.
You know,
This
one of
lady
the
refused to heed
multiple
our
sleeping
warnings and
bodies.
fell asleep here a little earlier.
She's only asleep and hasn't started sleepwalking. It seems she hasn't sunk too deep into her dream yet.
Do we also need to fall asleep if we want to go into her dream?
Don't worry about that. I'm Lesser Lord Kusanali after all.
I'm the goddess of dreams.
Don't be nervous.
Also,
Close your
again,
eyes.
why would her title be
Yourselves as
Lesser
waves
Lord
gradually
Kusanali
rolling onto
if there's
the
no greater Lord Rukkhadevaka? Why is she the lesser?
They slowly wash over the shore and sink into the sand.
What's wrong, Traveler? You look a little disoriented.
The dream situation is getting to me.
Really? Paimon didn't notice anything. Anyway, seems like we've made it into the dream.
I thought we would arrive at some familiar scene, but we seem to have landed in a completely unfamiliar place.
Whoa. So many giant plants! Even in the sky!
Theoretically, we should have gone straight into Debbie's dream. Anyway, let's see if we can find any leads.
Yeah, I don't think we're in Debbie's dream anymore. I think we ended up somewhere else. Oh. Whee. All the fungi.
Rust and rebuild. Committed to memory. Yeah.
Whee. Murder. All of them.
Grow.
Terry! Oh, well, hi Raiju. Ryuji saying hey to Terry, which is me. Terry! Listen.
We're listening.
Committing murder. Yeah, I'm just killing the fungi with a small child.
Yep.
But
sure am.
It's
all part of the wellness check.
We're wandering through her dream, checking to see if everything's well in this dream, which it's not. It's filled with fungi, which isn't good. Dreams should not have fungi in them.
I guess you could say it's a...
A door?
I can't even think of the function I was going to do.
Not like we have any other way to go now. Let's go in and have a look.
I don't want to go in the door in the dream. That seems like a bad idea. I've done this before. It's called DDD, Dream Drop Distance. We shouldn't do it. He isn't out yet. But I am also tempted to get Scaramucci. Did you see his gliding ability? Oh no, I'll hate them's on 3.4. Oh no. But I mean...
Wait, that's the next one, isn't it?
The next update after the 3.3 one we're doing.
Oh, gotcha.
So the one we're doing right now is 3.3. Whoops, we broke the dream. Knew that was gonna happen. Yeah, you love being able to glide on a gimmicky character.
This familiar. Isn't it Puspa Cafe?
But, I mean,
Oh,
theoretically, if you already have Ayato and Raiden Shogun, you don't have to pull for those weeks. You can save up then for Alhaitham. That's what I know for the second set of banners. I'm not going to pull anything, so as long as I get Scaramucci, I can just save up for Alhaitham, that second banner. And I should hopefully have enough, maybe, possibly. Even
Question
though...
mark?
Ah, it is the same. I'm glad your friend and I are on the same page of thinking, might as well get Scaramucci and save up and hope and pray we get enough for Alhaitham, and then we'll have both of them, and that's better than having to wait for Scaramucci's rerun.
These alluring dreams often portray a scene from real life, which concurs with our previous findings. Really? But what about that space we were in just now?
I'm making this picture, and I'm like, Markiplier.
Sure.
But long hair.
Sure. The dreams may be connected. No way. Is it a realm between worlds? The lanes between, you say?
You can't mean this is another collective dream? Yes. Given that so many people have been experiencing these beautiful dreams, I would say it's very likely that they're interconnected. Compared to an interconnected dream, independent individual dreams would be much harder to manage and manipulate.
Ah, Paimon gets it now. Well, let's go talk with Debbie.
Yeah, the writer for Nahida's story quest is really into Dream Drop Distance. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one who got the vibe of we're going through this door into the deeper part of the dream, and I feel like we're gonna go even deeper.
Are they dreaming? If face is exclusive to Debbie's dream, then the others beside her are most likely the people she cherishes. Anyway, we should confirm that first, just to be sure.
How do we do that?
Well, we just ask.
Just leave it to me.
I feel like if we just walk over and say, hey, introduce us, she'll be like, oh, this is so-and-so and so-and-so. It allows us to do the what? Hold on. Since when can she listen to the inner thoughts of NPCs?
Yes.
It's just like, why? This shouldn't be allowed.
The coffee here still tastes the same as ever. You two have traveled all around Tibet. Surely you've all tasted better coffee than this.
I suppose so, but no matter how good things may be
Commit
elsewhere,
privacy violation
taste of
acts
home.
with Nahida.
That's right.
I mean,
it's hard to change your
I'm not
tastes.
surprised.
Anyway, here's to your return home. Welcome back,
Last
everyone.
time she was identity fraud. So, I mean, this is a step up. Okay. So I just go... and boop. Yeah? It does it to everyone at Sumeru. I wish I had her. Come on, man.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter.
Huh? She sounds a little hesitant.
Okay, now I need to know what this one little girl in the middle of the academia says in her thoughts. You ended on a... Oh, wait, hold on. I take it back. That's so mean to Sino.
Oh.
At least here I don't have to listen to Master Sino's jokes.
That's mean.
I've confirmed that this dream belongs only to Debbie.
He's
because
just really
I'm unable
bad
to
at
hear the
jokes
thoughts
and
of
makes
the other two people
puns.
with her.
Yeah, only Debbie is real, because no one else has a thought in their brain in here. Oh, I can read... Oh, you can learn stuff in the fungi event because you can scan the NPCs. Oh, man, that just sounds cool.
Ekun sign?
This is the part
Yeah.
of the Dendro Archon?
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce half of these things. Oh.
His master was the doctor, so I mean, we should not feel sorry for this guy.
Oh, never mind, never mind.
He was doing this experiment because Master left, and he was like, I got left alone, he abandoned me. Maybe he'll come back if I do a really good experiment. And he's dead. So, I mean, there's also that.
Paimon, I better watch her thoughts from now on.
Don't worry. I don't often use my powers like this.
Yeah, it's a little impolite to read people's minds.
Alright. I need to get myself ready. It won't be easy to break it to her, but there's no avoiding it now.
He got assassinated. I mean, I did watch the end of the event, and wasn't he supposed to just be arrested? Though I'm not surprised if he died. Yeah, without raising the rating. Every time, they get away with a lot of murder for a 7 and up game. Wait, he's murdered. Oh, random Fatui that tells you he got murdered? Oh no.
The great
Now I have to go to
Dendro
this cave.
What brings you here?
I'm sorry to interrupt your celebration, but have you noticed that what's happening here doesn't quite match up with your memories?
I
have to go get this.
understand.
Oh, wait,
Great
the wisdom orbs from the
Dendroculus.
event in a letter.
What do you mean?
He got murdered with a wisdom orb? Oh, the irony.
Okay, I'm looking at jackets just for shits and giggles, right? What's this?
The backdoor command.
This is just fucking child's code. Just at the.
Sure. Yeah, a little bit.
I get it. The Dendroculus is trying to say that it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that we're able to gather here.
And the letter is the assassination order. Yep. Evidence of the murder.
Hey, how about a cup of coffee for all of you? My treat. We just returned from a fruitful adventure.
Yeah, you two aren't real.
Memories. A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity?
Think carefully. You of all people should know what really happened to them.
They died.
Are you sure that meeting here and chatting the day away like this isn't just a product of your own wishful thinking?
Yes. The reports from the Steambird were true. The ship they were on struck a reef and sank. And I never heard from Basima and Gaspar again.
Hey, come on now. What are you talking about, Debbie?
Yeah, trust your memories. Nothing you see here is real.
Except for us. We're real.
I get it now. This is a dream, isn't it? But since it's my dream, it doesn't matter if this is real or not. I enjoy the way things are here. I no longer have to face the tragedies of real life.
You've been farming using resin? Yeah! I still have way too much resin, but I also don't have much to farm for other than, because I just got Ice Girl, which I'm blanking on her name right now, okay? And I finished Tegnari, he's at 80. Oh yeah, you have to you have no idea. What if they send out a new boss monster too? By 3.4, I feel like we're gonna get the expansion of the rest of Sumeru, and his boss monster might be in that new area. And then you won't even be able to get those until he's out. That's always the annoying thing, like they did it with the Dendro cube. Yeah, he'll use a brand new boss.
These friends mean the world to me. Nobody else can understand me like they do. There's nothing wrong with continuing this dream. Is there?
I'm worried that if you were to continue dreaming like this, the lines between dreams and reality will gradually become too blurred for you.
See, the Dendro cube doesn't seem too hard to me. But then I've only fought it like twice because I don't have Nahida and so don't need to fight it.
These dreams will always give you what you want, while reality remains full of pain and difficult situations. If you're not careful, you can get hurt.
But really, I don't mind that you have to have one Dendro on the team because you can put the other 3 as Pyros and just call it a day. So it does make sense just as a way to keep you from going in with a 4-party Pyro team and just wiping it out in 2 seconds.
Don't worry. I still have control. I won't let it go that far.
Are you sure?
Hey, how about we put all this troublesome stuff aside and get back to our coffee and snacks, Whether it's just a dream or real life, you should be happy.
You can't just brush off something like this. We don't even know how you people got here or where you even came from.
Paimon, don't argue with the not real people. Like, why are you arguing with the dream people? Just leave it, Paimon.
Sorry. Paimon didn't mean to upset anyone.
No, it's alright. I understand that you're just trying to look out for me.
It seems that for now, this place is still relatively harmless for you. but I wonder if there's any way to go deeper into the dream.
Huh. Now that you mention it, I once heard a strange voice tell me that there's an entrance here.
You know, if I drop to another layer of the
I'm
dream.
not interested in checking it out at the moment, but maybe I'll go in and have a look later.
Okay.
And I'll go a farther
Thanks for your
distance in this dream. Ah.
Just as I expected. We're only on the surface of this dream.
We're only on the surface. Let's drop deeper, maybe. God, it's just dream drop distance. Yep, there it is. Next portal rift. Woo woo woo. Hold on while we render in the new map. Ad starting in like 20 seconds. God damn it.
What? What are we doing?
It's okay, Ryuji. Subscribe so they don't get to see
Yeah,
the
they
ads.
don't have to deal with the ads. Yay!
Woohoo!
Wait a second. We were just up there. No, down there?
Paimon's
Did we
flip.
go up or down?
Oh, Paimon, I think we're just on the
Don't
ceiling. It's
panic.
fine.
This is how dreams work.
There is no
We've
logic.
left Debbie's dream, but the dream is still continuing onward. I'm not sure where it'll lead us. This dream has the ability to create imaginary people, which is why people are so unwilling to wake up.
Willing to spend 8 money if it means you don't have to watch an ad. Understandable.
If it weren't for what
That
we
is
just
the
saw,
perk of
Paimon
being
might still find that a bit
subscribed.
hard to believe.
We love you for that. We love you for that.
I have a guess. If these dreams are connected, then there should be some sort of order to them. The fact that Debbie was able to realize that she was dreaming means that she is not very deep in the dream yet. But the space we're in has been turned upside down. Do you remember the characteristics of dreams that I mentioned earlier? Oh, right! Dreams are chaotic. That's right. It's possible that we're heading deeper into this dream now. And the deeper we go, the closer we'll get to the essence of the dream. Right! So
We
the
gotta go
answers might be
deeper
waiting
into the
for us
dream.
Deeper in the dream.
Oh! Guys, no! Sora went too far, okay? And he fell into darkness and he didn't get to pass his stupid exam. And you're going too far, damn it.
Yes, and we should get ready for whatever we may encounter.
You guys don't have a Riku to come after you. You're gonna go down here and get stuck. And oh my, this is gonna end badly.
It looks like we may need to put something inside there.
There we go, made a path. The ads are about the World Cup. Yeah, I'm not surprised about that. I am gonna tell you, I know nothing about the World Cup other than that it's soccer football. And we fell into the water. I didn't know we could do that.
I will say the other one is the rated R Santa movie that's coming out.
Oh, is that in the
That's
ads?
That's also the ad.
Oh, goody.
So either you have
Why can't
World
we get,
Cup,
like, God of War or Pokemon, man? At least give us video games.
because Nintendo is not pushing Violet right now.
Why not?
Because it's doing poorly.
My guy, it broke the records of release of the number of sold copies.
Do you know how many people
Are upset that
are
it's broken?
already selling their copies?
Oh, there's also Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
But didn't that come out a while ago? But you kept getting ads for it anyway. Yeah. But God of War Ragnarok is the one I figured you'd get ads for. But, I mean, whatever. I guess we'll get ads for other things like soccer. Okay.
Allow
Uphill battle.
Hold on, guys. I'm having way too fun murdering you guys with this. Me.
Rest and rebuild.
And oh almost want to, but you guys are so close to being dead. Like, I almost want to try the alt, but I know you guys are close to being dead and it would be a waste. You much rather get a Genshin ad? Yeah, those are so cheesy and funny. Especially when you already have the character and you're like, this character came out ages ago. But they're telling us to be excited for this new character in Genshin.
When it rains, it seems to disappear slowly. Yes, and it appears again as soon as the rain stops. It's less like a flower, and more like a dendro slime that's trying to keep out of sight. Here we go again with Nahida's analogy.
Oh, there's a Nahida and Yaimiko one. 500 years old? Question mark, question mark? I mean, they are. That's the joke. I mean, to be fair, Yai is older than 500.
What? Are we back up here again? Wait. Paimon's confused. Are we up here or down there? Good thing we didn't fall.
Yes, we did. We just fell upwards.
That's not helping, Nahida! Paimon has no clue what's going on anymore.
Don't ask her age.
You dare ask? So, Ara, you to death. She's like, I'ma kill you. You never ask a woman her age.
Never.
And then she murdered us. But also poor Paimon does not know what's up and what's down and is very confused. So we got the thing and we opened a door and we're going into the deeper parts of the dream. Let's go.
Wait, weren't we already here a little earlier?
Yeah,
This
his dream is
probably
deeper.
Ilmon's dream.
Huh? Why would he start dreaming again?
Because he fell asleep. I don't think you guys understand the part where you're telling people to not fall asleep for however long.
Yes, but it seems that the danger isn't enough to stop him from longing for his wife.
And sleeping?
Based on what we've learned so far, he must be sleeping more deeply for his dreams to appear here.
But fortunately, he already knows us from before, so hopefully we'll be able to wake him up.
Fuck you, flying emergency food. I want to see my wife. So I'm gonna go take another nap. It's like, damn it, we gotta save your ass from falling off the cliff again, don't we? Oh, and you brought your daughter this time. How adorable.
Ilmon!
Oh, it's you. Incredible. I didn't know you would appear in my dream too.
Yeah.
Where this is not a dream.
Well, it is a dream.
But it is a dream.
See, that's the thing, is he at least knows it's a dream, but he doesn't care, because he's like, hey look, I also brought her daughter, and she's totally here in my dream with me.
Did you say dream? Wait, so you know this is a dream?
Yes.
He knew the whole time.
Of course. Such good things rarely happen to me in real life these days. Here, let me introduce everyone. This is Minar, my wife, who I mentioned before. And this is our daughter, Haidar.
Hello. It's a great honor to meet the Dendro Archon.
Whoa, Dad! You know the Dendro Archon? That's amazing! And what's this? Is it a new toy?
No.
No, it's Paimon, not a toy!
It's emergency traveler grabbing her.
It's
Food. No, grabs her.
Nahida, this doesn't seem to add up with what we were expecting.
Okay, but the idea of just traveler. No, not toy. And like Paimon's like, no, not toy. Traveler grabs her.
Emergency
Squeeze- no, squeezes her. But also, emergency food. And then Paimon's like, get your hands off me! And then looks back at Traveler. Traveler's like,
Emergency food.
emergency food.
Remember, your emergency food. But also, he is deeper in the dream, even though he knows it's a dream.
You're right. Let me think for a bit here.
Oh, did he secretly go back to the place again?
Oh, right. We didn't see him in a moment of dreams earlier. Paimon thought he'd gone home.
Oh, no. No.
Sorry. I just had to make sure that Haidar could get a chance to see her mother.
Let me guess. So you brought Haidar to the hill too, and you're like, let's take a nap on this hill and we'll see Mom.
I had gotten pretty familiar with the hike, so I brought Haidar with me. I'm just glad we didn't meet any monsters along the way.
Yeah, but now you're asleep on the top of the hill, and there might be monsters there, and we're here.
Yes, I'm glad too. I didn't expect her to grow up so fast. It must have been very hard for him. I regret not being able to fulfill my role as a wife and a mother.
No, don't talk like that. Let's leave all that unhappy stuff behind for now. Even if we're in a dream, it's still a blessing that we've been able to reunite in this way.
But she's not real.
What should we do now? Should we tell him the truth?
Well, there's no real point in waking him up. We can just go deeper, and we'll just turn off the dreams then.
You can let me break the news. I should be the one to do it. I'm sorry,
Bye-bye.
but I should tell you that your dream did not create us. We are real people with our own consciousness.
Well, I mean, he sort of figured that.
Like the last time we met, we are still investigating this dream, and we've already learned some things about it.
So you mean there's something nefarious with this dream as well?
Ilmon, what's going on?
It seems the reunion of our family is destined to only be
I mean,
temporary.
it's a dream, my guy.
Huh? Is Mom leaving?
It is a dream.
But in all likelihood, that is indeed how things will end. Oh. No, Mom, you can't leave!
Oh my god.
Kid, okay, this is why we should have brought the kid, because kids don't understand death to begin with.
I'm afraid I don't quite understand what's going on. Don't worry, Haidar. Mom's not going anywhere. Please, don't cry.
Minar doesn't understand any of this. I'm fully aware that this is a dream, so that's why I've never told her the truth, but never mind. It's not like I would know what to say. I mean, I don't get any of the complicated stuff. But regardless of whether this dream is good or bad, you're here to resolve it, right?
Yes.
Then please, let us enjoy this moment for just a while longer.
Which really, there's no harm
Regardless
in.
of whatever caused this dream to come to pass, I feel extremely grateful to have had the chance to reunite with my family. But does this dream really have to disappear?
Well, this isn't exactly how dreams are supposed to work.
I'm afraid so.
Like, I know you guys don't know how dreams are supposed to work because you're not used to dreams, but at the same time...
Okay. I see. Please, come this way. You can go even deeper into the dream by heading in this direction. I have heard that the further down you go, the more pleasant the dreams become. And the more you want to stay. The answer you're looking for may also be found there. Go ahead.
Thank you for helping us. And I'm truly sorry.
You're welcome.
Oh no, now I'm
It's not
concerned
like I have any say in the
about
matter.
how this might be a trap if
I'm
we go
just an ordinary
deeper.
person after all.
And about seeing, you know, like
Who am I
dead
to
people
interfere with the work of
or
a
being
god?
reunited with people.
I'll be right behind you.
And seeing our sister.
I should at least let Minar and
And
Haidar
being
know
taken
what's
off the
going on.
path.
Oh no.
And separated from the group.
Otherwise, my daughter might be mad at her mother after we wake up.
It's not her mom's fault she's dead. I mean, I hope it's no
We're
one's
not
fault.
doing something bad, are we, Nahida? That depends on how you define good and bad.
But, I mean, it's irrational to think they can stay in these dreams for the rest of time. And these people are dead.
It's the same place again. This place is almost like a flight of stairs that connects all the dreams together. But
I mean,
they appear to be
you're
getting
right.
more and more aggressive. Regular stairs wouldn't try to attack us.
Stairs down into a darkness, we'll have more dangerous traps.
Right.
A
Something
recap.
seems to be off about our theory. Ilmon is clearly aware that he's dreaming, and he's enjoying it. Rather than dreaming on a deeper level, he almost seemed more awake. I believe we're on the right track, but we just need another explanation. It's not that the dreams are getting deeper, it's the owner's attachment to the dreams that's getting stronger. But you would never mistake dreams for real life, right?
Of course not! I almost wish I could.
Sometimes, Paimon almost wishes her dreams could be real. But it's just a quick thought. It's not long before Paimon's thinking about other things, like sticky honey roast.
Paimon does not have a long attention span.
Listen, we're real beings living in the real world, and that's where our focus should be. This also explains the insubstantiality of our dreams. No matter what they may become, we don't really care. But if we decide to abandon reality and embrace our dreams, then our dreams will become far more substantial. Oh, wait! Paimon's starting to get it now! Your mind will begin to build the dream far more attentively, which in turn will make it feel more real. Do you remember how the Akasha can turn dreams into jnana energy? Constructing a realistic dream consumes a similar energy.
There's another dream out there.
Does that mean there's a host of these dreams here like Milu during the Sub-Zero's festival?
Please tell me it's the frog guy.
If we wake that person up, this collective dream will end, right? Mm-hmm, most likely. But the collective dream in Sumeru City was created by the Akasha, and now the Akasha has been turned off. This has nothing to do with the Aranara, and humans are not capable of creating a collective dream. Which means...
The host has something to do with the Akasha. What is turned off?
So, did someone manage to restart the Akasha?
What did Nahida notice? It's her computer system.
That's impossible. But they are probably a scholar of the academia who had a close connection with the Akasha. Even so, how did they manage to do it? And how did they choose the host? Yeah, we haven't gotten to the end yet. Once we know their motive, all the questions will resolve.
Okay, but also, why are they collecting this dream energy? Last time it was to make Scaramucci a god. And they needed enough energy to do that. They don't need to do that anymore, so why are they collecting all this energy from making a group dream that they want people to stay in as long as possible?
This might hurt a little. The Temple of Wisdom!
Woo! Temple of Wisdom! Let's go.
Hold the line!
Gather!
Yeah! Grow! Yeah!
I don't know really what to do in here because I've never had her giant temple thing.
I will have order.
This guy's a little harder to kill than the
Stabilize.
fun guy, so. There we go. Chest. Woo! I love how she tipped forward because I was slightly dashing.
Whoa.
Oh, another fight.
Commit to memory.
But hey, the water makes it easier. There we go. We need to steal this thing and then go through the portal. Or... Yes, we go through the portal. Then we go back to the floor/ceiling.
All the water that used to be here has turned into rain. Then let's get through here before the water level rises.
Hurry, hurry, hurry! The water level is rising! It better have only been 2, and also that's not fun. One,
We finally
2.
made
Okay,
it!
good.
The destination is right ahead!
Your destination will be on your left. Oh, goody.
Wow!
Back in
A new place!
Sumer City. No? This is... Yes? It looks...
Well, it's just new to Paimon in this dream. This should be the final destination. Huh?
Already?
Really? Yeah. These are just ordinary city streets. I have powers related to dreams, so it's usually easy for me to tell who's dreaming and who's created by dreams. I guess only those who have thoroughly accepted this dream will be able to come here. There are so many people here. How can we find the host? Don't worry. I have a way.
I'm gonna mind read all of them.
I see everything.
This is always so calm. I wish I were the same.
He's just in an ordinary dream, so it shouldn't be him.
Shadia has such good taste. I can never go wrong with her opinion.
No, it doesn't seem to be her.
You're not even real. You don't even have anyone talking to you. Okay. Oh. Hey guys, what are you doing here? I thought you said you knew it wasn't real and weren't gonna fall for it. But you're here in the inner dream part.
Sometimes I wish Rakesh could be more assertive, but I guess I'm also happy enough with the way things are.
No, it's not her, unfortunately.
There it is, cutscene.
You know, I've heard that plants grow better if you play music for them. And on that note, it's been a while since I last heard you play.
Sorry, I've been a little busy these last couple days. Oh, the Dendroarchon. What a pleasant surprise.
Oh, welcome, great Dendroarchon. And your companions, too. Welcome. I'm Amira. I run the flower shop here. And this is my husband, Moses.
Yes, how may we help you?
You already know all about me. There's no need for all the pleasantries. Perhaps I should call you the dream's owner?
Dun dun dun.
As expected of the Dendroarchon. I'm
You
sorry.
didn't deny
Nina.
it.
It seems
Nope.
my research has attracted the Dendroarchon's attention. Why don't you go back to the flower shop? I'll come help you a little later.
Okay, of course, dear. I'll see you later.
It appears that I was too naive to think I could deceive the Dendroarchon in person like this.
I mean...
To avoid looking like too much of a fool, allow me to ask the first question. How well would you say you understand this dream?
You made it up, and everyone else is also in it.
This dream was built by the Akasha, and it has the power to create imaginary people who no longer exist in the real world. As for you, you found a unique way to become the owner of this dream, going so far as to have even given up the ability to wake up again. Given up the ability to wake up?
Impressive! You truly are the embodiment of wisdom. Please, tell me how you were able to arrive at such a conclusion. In return, I'll answer the question you're most curious about.
It's simple. Apart from you, this space only consists of real people who are dreaming and imaginary people who are created here.
Although you are here and appear no different from the others, I can't sense your dream. How can I wake up a person who's already awake?
Fascinating.
Since you're the fully awake owner of this dream, it can never collapse from you waking up. Theoretically, this should also give you absolute control over this place. I have to admit, it really doesn't get much better than that. But even knowing all of that, one question remains. How did you do it?
How did you get this much power?
Isn't the answer right in front of you, great Dendro Archon? It's because I've dedicated my entire reality to this dream. I uploaded my entire consciousness into the Akasha when it was still running.
Of course.
Ah.
Actually, this all started because of an accident. My original goal was not about the Akasha or a collective dream.
No. You were motivated above all to create a hyper-realistic person. The desire to reconnect with a real loved one is the one shared sentiment between all our dreamers.
That's right. However, human models are too complicated. Only the Akasha has a jnana energy supply powerful enough for me to generate and sustain my models. The Akasha is truly magnificent. If I siphoned a minuscule amount of its energy, nobody would even notice. And even this minuscule amount of energy was already more than enough for my purposes. Even using just crude methods, I was still able to train a fairly realistic person. I named my first work Amira.
Huh? You mean the girl we just saw?
She and I entered the academia on the same day. Starting with admission procedures, we bumped into each other 6 times on just that first day. And because of that one day, we eventually went on to fall in love. We studied, conducted research, and made breakthroughs together. Our rhythm was always in step. I felt like we were 2 separate bodies that shared the same heart.
And then
However,
she died.
Elazar later took her from me. Yes, I need more training samples to perfect Amira's personality. I found their details in the Akasha's database. Using the pretext of testing for mental health disorders, I implanted signaling devices in their bodies. This way I could connect them to a network, and Amira could feel their yearning. Little by little, they helped her to grow and develop a warm, human personality. To improve my efficiency and allow myself to focus on nothing but my research, I uploaded my consciousness as well, and became a part of the network.
So, technically speaking, it's not that you won't wake up, it's that you can't wake up.
Yes, because the Akasha was suddenly turned off, I lost all of my jnana energy. I became imprisoned in the very network I had constructed. At first, I panicked. But, after coming to grips with the situation, I realized that I could restart this world as long as I could find a replacement source of jnana energy.
That means everyone in the network is providing you with jnana energy!
Well, yeah.
That's all there really is to it. I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. I'm just saving them as well as myself. I provide a beautiful dream, and in return, I harvest their jnana energy as fuel for the dream. They can wake up anytime they wish. People need to sleep anyway, so why not have some beautiful dreams while they rest?
I agree. This is the home we spent a great deal of effort on to build for ourselves.
Yeah, she's right. We're staying here of our own free will.
I don't understand this at
And
all.
now we're stuck
I just want to
with
spend
the
some
hard
more time
choice.
with my family. I don't want them to be sad.
Thank you, dear. Great Dendro Archon, I hope you can understand.
You don't need to gather around here. It's all right. The great Dendro Archon is nothing if not kind and considerate towards her people. She won't interfere with what we're doing here.
Uh-oh, now he's playing dirty!
Yeah, he's manipulating the
It seems
situation.
like I won't need you to answer my last question. You're willing to tell me all your secrets because you have nothing to fear. If you use real people as your weapon and turn them against their Archon, then there's nothing the Archon can do.
They just want to be with the people they cherish. I don't think there's anything wrong with me providing them with that opportunity. They don't wish to eternally part with their spouses and friends. What's so wrong about that? If you understood humans a little better, or had also experienced firsthand the absolute devastation of loss, then perhaps you wouldn't be so cold towards us.
Maybe. God. You don't know the first thing about
If you had used your talents and determination for a just cause, you could have become a sage of the new generation. Unfortunately, you've committed one of the 6 cardinal sins of the Academia by attempting the forbidden and fearing none. You equated people's feelings with cold jnana energy and deprived them of the pain that they have to face. You lured them into these dreams, and even now, remain completely unaware of how evil all of this truly is.
Pain? Luring? Those kinds of things haven't existed here from the moment this world was created.
She's right here. This is Ilmon's child, Haidar.
Huh? My daughter? What's wrong with her?
This dream relies on a set network, which means that only those with devices planted in their bodies can enter this world. Carefully think back and retrace your steps.
I secretly went back to the mountainside with Haidar. Minar was already there waiting for me, and Haidar was able to see her mother. You mean she isn't actually the real Haidar?
No, because unlike you, she can't enter this dream. The moment you came into this dream, it created a Haidar to realize your wish of reuniting with your family. So, tell me, where's the real Haidar?
She's still out there on the mountainside.
That's right. And she must have been terrified to see her father not in his right mind. Not to mention the monsters in that area. The situation is very dangerous.
If Haidar's still out there, then...
What are you talking about, Dad? I don't understand.
I must wake up right now. I can't leave her there alone.
Oh.
It seems the others have also remembered something. People try to avoid pain and stay in their perceived bubbles of safety out of an instinct to protect themselves. This is human nature, but it is also one of their weaknesses. However, why are there still so many people striving to move forward, even when they know the path ahead is dangerous and painful? It's because people don't only live for themselves. They have families, loved ones, friends, and communities. They have dreams that they are still trying to achieve. But in this dream, you showed them only the most comfortable and soothing things. This entire world has been built on the foundation of buried and unseen pain. It's all just a well-devised scam.
It seems like I've stayed in the dream for too long.
I still have so many things I haven't done.
Well, time to leave.
I thought gods didn't understand humans. That would have explained why they created such a flawed world where countless tragedies took place. I didn't expect you to arrive at the answer through sheer power of observation. But unfortunately, it means nothing now. If you wanted to spend a little time in the waking world, go right ahead. In any case, I wanted to spend some time alone with Amira. As long as this dream continues to exist, you'll come back. Humans aren't as strong as you think. And even if you're a god, they won't always listen to you. It's time to purge all the extraneous data and noise.
They're gonna try to wipe us from the dream!
Monsters, be careful!
Oh no!
Please, get out of here and find somewhere safe.
I am the master of this dream. I can create endless waves of monsters with the snap of a finger. Don't worry, they'll wake up before they get hurt. Amira doesn't like to see others in pain. If you know what's good for you, leave now!
A brash maneuver! Rest and rebuild! This way, turn a little. Sharing my knowledge! to memory.
Yeah! Shiver!
Rest and rebuild. This may hurt a little. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There we go.
You haven't won just yet. This dream is mine! If I go into hiding here, not even an Archon can ever find me. And as long as people yearn for happiness, they will return here and rebuild this paradise!
Hey, stop! What's that? The stream is spiraling out of control and is collapsing now.
They're all turning into monsters.
Uh-oh. That's no good.
Oh no. Amira. Amira. Amira! Amira, are you alright?
I don't feel well.
No, no, no! Please, no!
Well, I mean, if you die in the dream, do you die in real life?
Get away from there.
Go find out.
Flowers.
What should I do? Where did it go?
Left because he doesn't want you anymore.
Grow. Hold the line. Let's move. Yeah, this may hurt a little. Grow.
Shut up!
Just decide for yourself.
Make yourselves at home.
Uh-oh, here's another one.
Uh-oh.
A minute to memory.
Solidify!
Stop bossing me around.
Grow.
Who am I? Not Amira.
Glad that's over. But what happened just now? He's not very proficient in using
My statue's still here.
And he spent a lot of
My
mana
stone
and
column
energy
is in the way.
creating
Okay, there we
monsters.
go.
The system is out of control. All the
Whoops.
people he created also turned into monsters, including Amira. It's terrible, even for a dream. Even Paimon's freaked out. Paimon can't imagine what they're going through. The good news is that the chaos seems to have subsided. Now we only need to wake up the people here and let them return to their real lives.
Amira. My dear Amira. They're all gone. It was just a big dream after all. I couldn't change my fate, and my knowledge turned out to be useless. What a cruel world.
Do you still think this is our fault?
I don't care about that anymore. The jnana energy used to sustain this dream has all been transformed into monsters. This dream will soon collapse and my consciousness along with it. Let me disappear with Amira. I'd rather turn into dust than to ever wake up again.
It seems that everything that's happened is too much for him. He's lost all hope.
I want to say he's getting what he deserves. I sort of feel sorry for
Amira
him.
turned into a monster was punishment enough for him. After comprehending the hollowness of the unreal, it's time to revisit the meaning of existence.
Existence? I'm different from the others. I've long given up everything outside of my consciousness.
Using my knowledge of the Akasha, I have a way to extract your consciousness from here and put it inside a knowledge capsule. The Academia has probably kept your body, so you should be able to wake up soon.
No need. Just let me disappear. Reality means nothing to me now.
This isn't compassion. I won't let you escape your punishment by simply disappearing. As for your life after that, it will be up to you how you want to exist. Alright, Traveler in Paimon, we should go back. We can finally wrap up this whole thing.
Excuse me. Remember, friends and family, cover your face when you sneeze. Sorry.
Uh-huh. What's wrong, Nahida?
Preferably not get done.
Oh, nothing. Let's tell the people here to gather at a moment of dreams after they wake up.
Oh, so we still haven't told Nahida about her dead mom. We had this whole thing, a side quest about grief and letting go of people.
You're awake! Everybody has started to wake up, and we've heard similar reports from around the city. From the looks of it, you were able to successfully resolve the issue.
Yes, though it took us a good deal of effort. There will be many people gathering here shortly, so please do your best to maintain order. I need to go to the Academia with them now, but we'll be back soon. Are we going to ask about that scholar? Yes, but it may take some time for him to wake up after his consciousness returns to his body. We can leave the rest to the Matra.
Alrighty. Just gotta go up here. Drop off the knowledge capsule.
It's the great Dendroarchon. How can I help you?
I would like to check the registration records of a Kashara War scholar. He should be in an unconscious state right now.
Okay, just a moment.
You can't have a very long list of unconscious scholars,
Sorry to
right?
keep you waiting,
It's gotta be a very
Dendroarchon.
short list,
We
right?
have confirmed that there's a scholar
Right?
named Benuni who's been unconscious for a while. The cause was improper operation. He hasn't regained consciousness yet, and is still receiving treatment at Bimarstan.
Huh? Isn't his name Moses? I guess he didn't want to be recognized or bothered by anyone. Please, give the knowledge stored in this to the Matra and ask them to import it into Benuni's brain.
Understood. But for safety reasons, I need to know why.
It's simple. This contains his consciousness. It's long been trapped inside of a dream. He's committed an act that affected the safety of Sumeru. After he wakes up, I'll inform the General Mahamatra of all the details.
After he wakes up, I'm gonna tell Sino and he's gonna get judgment.
Thank you, great Dendro.
It's not gonna be fun.
No problem. Alright. Everyone should have gathered at a moment of dreams by now. Let's head back.
Come on.
Let's be quiet and just listen in.
Let's be quiet and just listen in. Paimon, why are you telling us this? You're the one who needs to be quiet and just listen in.
I wonder what she's going to say. Hello, all of you who have just woken up. I'm sorry for interrupting your beautiful dreams. I may have acted a little cold when handling things in the dream. I sincerely apologize for that. Dreams have amazing power. They inspire us to remain resolute in the face of adversity.
and help those with aspirations achieve their desires. But dreams also have the potential to exploit people, confuse the senses, and distort the truth. Unfortunately, you are all chosen as prey for an elaborate scheme. As I've said before, I am still learning, and cannot fully empathize with the pain of all the loss you've experienced. But just take a good look around you, and you'll see many other people who have had similar experiences.
Oh wow, this did become an AA group.
Here and look toward the future
really fast somehow. But it's actually a grief counseling. Wow!
The path of life is long, and it's hard for us to see the destination. This leads us to ask a lot of difficult questions. What's the meaning of life? What's the purpose of my existence? Why do I keep experiencing pain and loss? Of course, the most comfortable choice is to stop progressing, give up thinking, and just keep repeating whatever you're already familiar with. Whenever you have such thoughts, just look at the people and things around you. Some people work hard all day so that their families can have a hot meal on the table at night. Some people travel all over the world in order to create art that resonates with all up to that. Some venture in search of the world's secrets to prevent rapidly approaching, yet still unknown, world-shattering catastrophes. Life is not just about yourself. Each and every one of your actions shapes you and the world around you. Look, friends and family will remember what you've done, and even some people you've never met may benefit from your actions. Therefore, many people will strive forward to forge new paths, even if they have to endure great pain to do so. Once you begin your journey on that same difficult yet rewarding path, you'll come to know the answers to those big existential questions, yet they will no longer feel as life-defining as they did before. But if you were to believe that life is nothing but an empty, ephemeral dream, then that's also the only thing it will ever become. You are free to choose how you want to live your lives, but as your Archon, I should first make this information known to everyone. In the end, it's up to you whether you want to embrace a beautiful dream at the cost of your real life.
Nahida said she wanted to speak with us alone.
No way!
It seems like she went to the plaza in front of the academia.
But we just came from there. Ah, going up and down and up and down. There she is.
You're amazing, Nahida! Even Paimon was nearly won over by that scholar in that dream.
Well, he's very good at manipulating the weaknesses of human nature, but perhaps he himself had fallen prisoner to them long ago. That dream was incredibly beautiful and enticing. Ordinary people couldn't see through it and easily lost themselves within it. But as long as you can still wake up, you can still move forward with your life. Huh? What makes you say that?
You can empathize with others now.
You said that you didn't understand human feelings, but we saw how considerate you were with all these people. Your speech just now really connected with everyone. You did a good job.
Thank you. I've heard a lot of sad stories along this journey, and several of them have touched my heart.
That's called empathy.
You can't say that the victims of the dream really did anything wrong, and what they wanted was also not unreasonable. That's why I could understand them when they tried to resist us and protect the dream. But all of my understanding and stirred feelings probably can't even account for even 1% of the pain they've experienced. I don't think this 1% can be seen as an example of what you call empathy.
You're too hard on yourself, that's for sure.
Alright. I suppose going out into the world will help my confidence grow. I've learned that emotions are nothing like knowledge, and that's why it's hard for me to put them into words sometimes. Benuni, or Mercedes, said that I had never personally felt the pain of loss. But
I have a vague feeling that this isn't true. The moment I entered the dream, I felt like I was wrapped in a blanket of warm feelings. It was so warm that it felt like I had returned to the start of my life, and I didn't want to wake up anymore.
Did she see something in the dream
But when I opened my eyes, the feeling was gone without a trace. If I have to make an analogy for it, I would say I can no longer see words on a piece of paper after they have been erased, but I can still see the slight indentations of where the words have been written. But now that I've experienced this dream, I think I can say with confidence that I won't dwell too much on the meaning of that warmth. It's enough that I can tell I was once supported by that warmth, and its existence has allowed me to get to where I am today.
You know, that warmth, that nice hug from a motherly figure.
If I dwell too much on its exact nature, I would be putting the cart before the horse.
Would you though?
I gave a speech to inspire my people. So if I were to fail to live up to those words myself, then that would be too embarrassing.
Yeah. I should respect their decisions to both be unaware.
Hey, what's with that serious look? You keep looking like there's something you want to say. Is there anything you want to tell me?
I forgot what I wanted to say.
Okay. Since we just woke up, let's stretch a little bit. A new day is about to begin.
It is sunset. But sure, sunrise. Ooh, completed the quest, and she still doesn't know about her mom. Something tells me that's gonna change with the Scaramucci quest, which is gonna mess with things. Just get this feeling.
Possibly.
Okay, I got one wish.
Do it. It's gonna be Toma.
No. Maybe, but no. It's just gonna be a weapon. That's fine.
Okay. I was about to say, I was like, I'm gonna be so sorry, and
I'm
running
just
for the
slowly
hills.
chipping my way towards Child, which is really gonna end up being Scaramucci, which is sort of ironic. But supposedly there's... Hold on. Maybe I already have? No, because it would have happened just now because this event. Fungi event is still happening for 6 hours. Okay, so I have to find this cave. Might be this one. Because the unfortunate thing is this Chakram cave is actually really big. It's a large area. So I'm looking for one Fatui agent with 2 items on his person. Not in the first cave section. Means he might be in the larger section, which I have to look through an even bigger cave. Might as well just go down into the center of this cave and hope he's in here. Even though there's just a bunch of mushrooms in here. That's all a big loop. I was a Fatui agent. No, you're just a robot. I can only assume he's near one of the outside entrances. It's sort of stupid for him to hide all the way in one of these caves. Oh, that's right, that's the loop.
Looks like overtime today.
Come on.
Breathtaking.
I don't think he's up here. Oh, wait. Oh, it's that tester guy getting attacked by fungi again. Spoilers, I'm still underground again. Why does this keep happening?
Oh, is this the one where he's like above you or
Yes.
slash below you slash?
He's above me, and if I teleport to an area where I can actually get to him, he'll despawn. And it keeps happening every time I go into a cave.
Let's move out.
But yeah, there's not a Fatui agent in here.
Let's move out.
Come on, come on. Ah, I'm too far away. Yay. I'm too far away from that one. Maybe he's on the other side?
Let's move out. Hup.
These are like event exclusive conversation items, so I sort of want them.
Breathtaking.
I might have to Google it.
On how to get to him?
Yeah, on where he is. Because like I said, Chakram Cave is this whole section. And it has 2 different cave systems underneath it. see. Secret ending? Ending. Okay. So I did actually teleport here at one point and did have Paimon mention it because I had a daily quest over here, and I'm like, why is Paimon talking about Yaimiko? And what does that have to do with it, you think? But, okay.
Now you figured it out. Walked yourself through it.
Yaya Publishing House has released numerous works that lay out military strategy in a simple and pragmatic way.
But, yeah, I literally just needed it marked on a map. Because it was not where I was looking. Because this place is just that big. Okay, there he is. Why is there a Fatuous on his own? Remover of potential liabilities. That's not a suspicious title at all.
Rebuild.
Hello, sir. I'm gonna remove you, because you're a potential liability.
You can't run.
No escape.
Order guide you.
Allow me.
So soon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this thing. I just needed 6 hours and this event is done. And I can't find this Fatui agent and pick up these items. Yeah, special wisdom orb.
And that was it.
Special Fatuous letter. And it's gonna expire anyway. But okay. This wisdom orb looks quite familiar, though its back and base appear to have a few scratches and dings, almost as if it has been fought over at some point.
If you look closely, you can even find the following words: backdoor command application sample.
And confirmed to have no value, may be discarded.
As well as some blood.
Seems that not only did someone snatch this, but that they might have met with some misfortune
afterward. Oops.
A letter you found after defeating a Fatui agent you came across. Why would he carry this with him, though? Then read. Second Lieutenant Yorks, which is the guy I just murdered.
So yeah, second lieutenant, that's why he was carrying it.
I believe you have read the mission report. So-and-so's plan is in contrast to the style of our regular forces. He should have the sense that acting without orders from superiors would result in trouble for the entire organization.
It is certain that he wants to win the recognition from his superiors by taking the risk to secure achievements.
Will the Lord Harbingers give us any new orders?
So-and-so's
my division into peril.
Oh, shit.
Thus, it's necessary to eliminate this risk before it causes any further damage to the situation.
I have tried my best to look at the window of opportunity.
We'll handle so-and-so with caution by transferring him and relevant evidence to the prison near the location mentioned in this report. Knowing him, he will undoubtedly manage to escape during the transfer and seek refuge from the other Fatui divisions. Battle position is most suitable. You will be the one carrying out this mission. Sit down, disguised as help, and give him a pleasant surprise, then check around, find his minions, and deal with them for good.
Okay. Done.
And so, yeah, he got murdered, got murked. The end. We're not going to deal with that guy again, which is sort of funny because
Was that the dude you were looking for?
Yes.
Oh.
That was I literally needed to fight this Fatui to get that letter and that orb.
Oh. For some reason I thought, like, that was a stepping stone. You had to fight him to go find someone else.
No. But it was literally the end of this. Because the last we saw of the Fatui guy, he's like, I'll be back.
And then he ran off.
And then, well, he got arrested.
That's right, yeah.
And the mantra got him and he got carted off. And he's like, you won't get away with this. I'll blah blah blah, I'll be evil. The doctor always returns, and so shall I, blah 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 blah.
Oh, yeah.
And he got murdered off screen. Whoopsie. In a side paper that most people won't see. So no one knows he's dead unless you did this one thing way over here. Which I find sort of funny. Like, no one's gonna really know unless they happen to wander up here and happen to find that one Fatui guy. Or happen to look up the guides.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, he might come back at the next Pokemon crossover plot thing. It's like, no, he's dead.
You fucking murked him.
He died off screen halfway through this. He's never coming back.
Never ever.
But then again, he was just a no-name
Don't we have a job to
NPC. It
do?
wasn't like he was an actual harbinger or anything.
It's not like he was important or anything.
He wasn't important. But yeah, that's it. I finished the thing.
Thank you everyone for stopping on by. Ryuji, if you're still in here, thank you for always joining us.
And lurking.
And lurking.
And we'll be streaming again tomorrow. It will be Pokemon Violet.
What?
On the Switch with my brother Light. And that'll be around 2 o'clock. Maybe a little before 2. But definitely by 2 tomorrow we'll be streaming it. And I hope to see you guys then.
Bye!
Wait, hold on. Bye. Okay.